Let's look at the incubator story for a moment. It brings us to Tom Lantos, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives until his death in 2008. He was a congressman and a Holocaust survivor, and he's featured in the movie The Last Days. Let's look at some excerpts from the trailer.
If I wanted to tell the story about my experiences, I have to talk through a medium, and I found art.
My life today is something I myself cannot believe. It all seems like a dream, and it all places an incredible sense of responsibility on me.
It is my
Yes, the liars look like the most righteous and philosophical people.
This is Congressman Tom Lantos, and I represent the Peninsula and San Francisco.
In 1990, after the Iraq invasion of Kuwait, the American people were only semi-willing to go to war, not enough so for a war resolution to pass in the Senate. Tom Lantos stepped in. He had been the founder of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus. Caucus means a meeting of the members of a legislative body belonging to a particular political party to decide policy. He set up a hearing, and this is who he had speak.
While I was there, I saw the Iraqi soldiers come into the hospital with guns. They took the babies out of the incubators. Took the incubators and left the children to die on the cold floor.
Notice the emotional similarity to Holocaust stories you've heard. This witness, who appeared anonymous at the hearing, known only as Nayira, turned out to be the daughter of the ambassador of Kuwait. Her testimony was rehearsed and coached by the American public relations firm Hill and Knowlton, which had close ties to Tom Lantos. His Human Rights Foundation was even in the same building as the PR firm. Thanks to this testimony, a Senate war resolution passed by just 5 votes. Tom Lantos worked 2 different myths in his life. Tom Lantos' 1990 congressional hearing has a lot of similarities to a March 1945 congressional hearing. World War II in Europe was not yet over at the time, but 2 Jewish members of the House of Representatives, Sol Bloom, as head of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, and Emanuel Seller, want to get the ball rolling on plans for punishment of war criminals. They have Joseph Thon speak. Joseph Thon was the head of the National Organization of Polish Jews in America. He tells the committee that, "I myself came here 4 years ago as a war refugee." Joseph Thon knows what Tom Lantos knew 45 years later, that baby atrocity stories are the best way to arouse the public toward anger. Thon testifies before the committee of a grandchild thrown alive into an oven of 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit and tells them that no German mother hesitated to put on her child's feet the shoes of a child who, a week or 2 weeks ago, was burned and whose shoes were torn off his feet by a beast in the form of a German soldier or guard. The people thrown alive into ovens has quietly left the standard Holocaust story, by the way. And those German Gretchens, who asked that 200 cradles be sent to them from Poland for their children, cradles of Jewish babies, and then tells the committee of the sufferings which mothers experienced when the bodies of their little babies were torn before their eyes. Had incubators existed back then, I'm sure Thon would have mentioned them. It's late March 1945, and we're seeing the beginnings of the Holocaust hoax, but Thon makes a telltale mistake in his speech before the Congressional Committee. He mentions 6 million before anyone could have known that was the number. Thon says to the committee, "The German people murdered in cold blood in excess of 6 million European Jews." And he later says, they slaughtered upward of 15 million men, among which there were 6 million Jews. The flashing blue line shows the German border around the time of Thon's speech. No top concentration camp officials have yet been caught. Mentioning the 6 million number that early is a mistake on the part of the liars.